Seth. We are here at in the park in Manchester, and I noticed that you've got a sign that says one vote per person, no votes for corporations, and corporate political spending. I noticed the sign and decided to ask, why are you here, and why did you write what you did on your sign?
Well, I'm here because there's a lot of things that are currently happening within our political system that I don't quite approve of, and I feel like a lot of people don't. It seems that a lot of our political system is getting out of the hands of the people. We are in a democracy, but it's a representative democracy, which is pretty much the only one that can work. But
I thought we were a republic, not a democracy.
Well, it really depends who you ask, isn't it?
But that's what the Constitution says. It's a republic, not a democracy.
That's true. Well, anyway, we have representatives that go to Congress or go into the White House, and they're supposed to represent what the people want. And more they have to use corporate dollars in order to get any message out at all. And after they've done that, they're under certain obligations to these corporations in order to see their interests through. And we need more of what the people want going into how politics and how voting occurs, what bills are passed, rather than all the lobbying, all of the pork in the bills, things like that.
Is it just the corporations, or do you think the unions have a role in this problem as well?
The unions do have a role, but I see that as a much smaller role. The main thing is the large amount that money in general has on our government system. Plus, where a lot of people are attacking the corporations, that's because they're easy to attack. The more important thing is that the almighty dollar is running our political system. And it really doesn't matter if that dollar is coming from a corporation or from an individual. We really need to reduce how much spending affects our policies.
How would you fix the system?
First, I would cap or eliminate any donations to political campaigns. Not eliminate any donations, cap donations to political campaigns. Many countries have a limit on how much a politician can spend during a political run, and I feel like this would help a lot to limit how much we're spending while advertising our views. It would get us down to the issues, more debates, less political commercials that don't do much except swing mud at one of the or other party.
Well, certainly slinging mud is not something that's all that great, but the Supreme Court has ruled that would be infringing free speech for the politician, whether you like them or not. It limits their ability to get their message out.
Their message is important, but it's also important that we're not making that message so convoluted with other things. We need to be looking at the real point behind those messages rather than how they're getting them across, per se. Everyone, they're impressed by flashy technology and entertaining ads, but we really need to be focusing on the issues.
What is the main point you think that should be behind the message?
The main point of this movement?
No, you said that it should be more about the main points of the issues in the advertising.
It really depends what that politician is standing for. If their main issue is gay marriage, they should be talking about gay marriage, not trying to impress us, I guess. If their main issue is taxation, then we should be talking about the taxation. I want to see more debates and less commercials that just pair the politician with happy scenes of puppies and rainbows.
Okay, I can understand that. The money question. The Occupy Wall Street movement versus the Tea Party. Any thoughts between the two, in or about the two groups?
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear that.
I can understand. The Occupy Wall Street movement, that's why we're here today, versus the Tea Party movement. Do you see them at completely odds, or is there some similarities?
Well, they're definitely definitely are similarities which should be addressed. This movement is really attracting people from a lot of different political perspectives. There are people who are way left and people who are way right, which sort of leads to an interesting thing that we all see the same problem, and some people think the answer is more government and some people think the answer is less government. And I've actually seen some debates here today about that issue. We all sort of agree on the problem, but it seems we're rather divided on the solution to the problem.
I will ask, and to keep this short, I will ask one last question. Do you think that the solution is more government or less government? In general.
It's a balance, but if I had to pick one of the extremes, it would be more government, more social programs.
Oh, no.
All right.
Please, God, no.
Sorry.
Well,
What do you think created the problem?
He made me pick one of two extremes.
well,
Extremes are bad.
well, thank you very much for
Thank
taking a few
you.
minutes with Grant at Grok.com.
Down are part of the same.
GrokTV.